if you're new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Today we are going to watch 9th episode of Last of Us. It seems to be the last episode, so we'll finally see the finale. I'm very excited and a bit scared, so let's get to it. Let's go. Okay, last episode. And it's also a pretty short one, only 40 minutes. I thought the last one would be like hour and a half or something, like the first. What? A lot of things are going on. There's a pregnant woman running from someone. Obviously, either from humans or infected, but I don't think infected actually go that far, so maybe I should bet on humans. Okay, go into some creepy looking place. I hope that's her home, not some maniacs. Anyone. So there are like several people living here, usually at least. And she is very close to giving birth. Oh no, I don't want to see birth. Another thing I don't want to see. Like this thing, like water is coming out. I think this means that she's going to give birth soon. And it's oh. A window broke somewhere. So she also has to fucking defend herself. And then what? I guess, well, if she dies, obviously her child will also die because there will be nothing to sustain him. Okay, maybe she's actually not, yeah, this is probably infected. Well, if she's infected now and give birth, I think her child probably would not be infected. But if she turns after that, like, it probably wouldn't be able to survive. Wait, it's screaming! It came out already! When did it manage to? Fuck! That was quick! Some people do it for like hours and hours and hours. Oh, so she was infected. Well, how would this little thing is supposed to survive now? Oh, there's also this thing you have to... Ew, cut off. So she kind of have at least find someone to give it to? Well, she said anyone, so maybe there are some people. But I think if it's not given like milk, like some type of food, you know, it's gonna just die from starvation. When they are little, they need to eat often. See, it's already unhappy. Ellie! So that's Ellie's mom. Actually, when they just showed her, I thought, oh wait, it's this forward to the future. We are seeing a grown-up Ellie. So they did a good job with casting. And I guess ponytail also helped. Wait, is the reason going to be that she was beaten when she was just given birth? I don't think so. That wouldn't make any logical sense. my theory was always that it was some kind of evolution taking place, right? Since there is something that affects human in a bad way, they evolve naturally to survive, right? And so they evolve to be able to withstand this kind of infection and be immune to it. And Ellie is just one of those from the new generation who got it, or who got the lucky gene or something like this. But this scene is very interesting. So this woman, Ellie's mom, probably died quite soon, unless she also had some kind of immunity and died from other reasons, or maybe she managed to keep her humanity for longer than like usual, maybe, but then still turned. She said anyone, so there must have been some people living with her. Maybe they kind of took care of Ellie so she wouldn't die. But yeah, it could be implied that this moment that she was bitten while giving birth might have been the reason for Ellie being immune. I'm not sure how it would work physically, but I'm not like a biologist or, I don't know, an anthropologist. Okay. Because I'm stupid, I'll ask the question. Is this the same house? Are we still in a flashback? So either these are some other group of people who are exploring the house, or they are the ones who also lived here with her. And they noticed that something was off when they returned. We don't know why she was out while she was super pregnant. She wasn't even inside her house, right? Maybe she asked anyone. No, they're calling her by name. I thought for a second maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not. Well, she said it's me, so yeah. It's not like she entered a stranger's house for refuge. And she also has my name. I don't know, this kind of feels special when a character is named like me. Oh, and maybe then she kinda drank milk from infected mother. Wait, what she was... she was just going to kill herself? Okay, so she didn't give her the infected milk. So there shouldn't be a connection. Is this her knife? Well, I guess she did, even though she's saying I can't, because I assumed it is Ellie. Yeah, it looks like she managed to kind of resist the effects for some time. But she said she didn't nurse her, so she's still starving. But there's also another guy, maybe he can do that? Dude, she's asking you for it. She doesn't want to turn into a mushroom. I thought she did look like Marlene, but then I thought maybe I'm just because it's been a time since we saw Marlene, so I thought I might be mistaken, and I thought it wouldn't make sense because it felt like I'm just trying to remember Ellie's interaction with Marlene. I don't remember she said like anything about knowing her mom, or maybe I missed that. So I thought their paths only intersected like after Ellie was beaten. So it's surprising to. But it might be just that she said it and I missed it. Okay, I get it. She's crying. Okay, fine. And transition to Ellie. Okay, that was very interesting. But from the things her mother mentioned, it means. But I guess Marlene also thought about this. She probably did think, oh, maybe it's the way she was born had some effect on her being immune, since she saw that. No. I think he's trying to lift up her mood, but she's thinking about something. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because of that episode, of that time where he was very hot and like barely alive, I have a new feeling for Joel. You know this feeling you have for um, all those sick people, some kind of, this they get this lovable trait and you kind of look at them more, I don't know, tenderly. Now he's talking a lot and she's silent, and it was the other way around. That's interesting. Was she thinking about her mom? Well, I guess since we saw this flashback and now she's thinking about something. Well, obviously something is bothering her. She didn't even see her mom ever, but she could still like think about it. Okay. Oh, is she reading his thoughts or? Wait, really? Okay. Well, that is kind of funny. I don't know. He's being so funny and talkative, and she's like something is bothering her. Interesting how this happens. Well, I guess good for the building. But this orange color looks so cool. I wonder if orange color in a scene is supposed to represent something, like in cinematography. What's there? No. Yeah, she does. Because I think in the scene in her room where her friend offered her to go on a date, the orange in the window probably represented something interesting and exciting outside the window. But here, I don't know, it's just pretty to look at. What the fuck? Man! Well, you know it could have hit him. Oh, and this whole room is orange. I'll say I'd say it gives me an unsettling feeling, but this every episode gives me an unsettling feeling. Oh, so many greenery. What? A fucking giraffe from a zoo? What is it? That's so cute. You want to feed her from your hand? Oh. Oh, so pretty. It looks so out of place. Its tongue is so long. Oh, he looks at her so lovingly. That's cute. He's probably happy that she was preoccupied and silent, but now she's laughing and happy, so I guess this makes him happy also. So maybe orange is supposed to represent something exciting, because we met the giraffe after the orange room. Share your opinions in the comments. Wait, there's a whole community of giraffes. Now this makes me worried for like every time I see animals in like especially films or series like this, I'm also oh my god, I hope nothing happens to the to the animals. I hope nobody hurts them. Yes. Yes, that's true. That's so fucking true. Of course, there's always risk in everything. And just leave. Just go back. The moon. That's a good option, actually. I don't think there are any evil mushrooms on the moon. Maybe we find a space station. Well, I understand. Yes. Otherwise, like, what did we go through all of this for, right? That's pretty logical. But I think maybe he's also worried, obviously, at what might happen in this hospital, and maybe like how are they going to maybe experiment on her to find out why she's immune? Like, what are they going to do to her? That's also kind of might be a point of worry, you know? I'm not sure if she thinks about it because she thought that just her blood might be an antidote, but then they would need to draw her blood. Also, and it doesn't sound very promising for her survival. No. So he wanted to commit suicide. I didn't realize it at first when he said. And that's how he missed. Okay. It just makes it easier, I guess. Does he mean that he feels better now because he found another girl he feels protective of and wants to live for? That's sweet. We got a little bit more of them bonding in this episode. It's really nice. Their relationship has come so far. It makes me happy. Pizza. I'm in the mood for pizza. I couldn't eat after the previous episode, but I'm still hungry. It's grenade? Army? It's so sudden also. Oh shit. Like every time we come around some people, they always fucking attack us. uh, and there's only like 20 minutes left. I wonder what's gonna happen. Ooh, there's a lot of blood. Is this... No, wait, that's not blood. Is this a firefly? But they were dressed like army. Wait. Did you get teleported here? We spent so much time getting here. For what surgery? So she isn't going to be immune anymore. Well, it doesn't sound deadly so far. So it is deadly. Yeah, I think if she dies, he will definitely shoot himself. Yeah, but she didn't grow close to her. She didn't like spend time with her, and she doesn't have the same type of attachment. So are we now gonna attack the base of fireflies to save her from a surgery? What's this? Her knife? I think he will definitely try anything because he lost his daughter and now he's about to lose a girl who is like daughter to him. He's acting quiet right now, but I'm sure he's thinking about it. Because if she dies, it's like losing his second daughter, right? He doesn't even know where the surgery takes place. He will also have to find it somehow. Okay, he looked at the map, so now he knows where the surgery room is. But technically, I would say that people do operate on brain. Like I was watching Monster, and there was the main hero was a neurosurgeon, I think, who was operating on brain. But I guess it's different because, as he said, this mushroom, this spore, it grows in brain, so it's probably like in her brain. If they try to extract it, well, that as I expected. Ooh, if they try to, she might not survive. Yeah, and even if they could extract it and she would still survive, then she wouldn't be immune anymore. Well, I guess it's just the first option. I guess it's just the surgery you can't survive. And especially they don't have any genius neurosurgeons. That's probably a pretty cool, maybe stealth kind of level. Oh, the sound is also so, it's like kind of an ambient. He's just killing everyone. Well, I guess, yeah, in this situation, you never know. Like, okay, you go, well, you can go like this, not turn your back to him, but still. Yeah, we're just, well, it feels worse because in game these are just like, probably it's a sequence where you go through and these are just like models and you shoot them and like that's it, right? It feels different, but when it's shown like this in a series where he's just indiscriminately killing everyone, this makes you kind of realize how it is like in reality, right? And it is horrifying. So I understand his motivations, but yeah, fucking killing everyone. Pediatric, this means for children. So that's probably, well, she said she's been prepped for surgery. Maybe we still have time to kind of stop it before it starts. And also, they would probably need time to shave off her hair, I assume, if you are operating on a brain. Whew. And the walls are so cute, like because it's a wing for children. It's such a contrast, to what's happening. Okay, so they are preparing already. I think he is being careful to be stealthy and to make sure he is like in time. Yeah, that's where an anesthetic went. So she's going to be asleep like for hours still. Is he gonna kill them too? Oh, okay, that's good. I'm glad he didn't. They were so scared. But we didn't see Marlene. So there might still be some kind of showdown. And Ellie can't like do anything. She's going to be hard asleep for many hours. And by logic, Marlene should probably know. Oh my god, my head hurts. Well, nobody asked. I'm not sure. You can't know. She's asleep. No. So what happened? He just ran away? Or she let him go? Well, if he tells her what actually happened, I wonder what her opinion would be. Oh, he lied. He is lying. He doesn't want to know her opinion. He is afraid that she would say that she would want to sacrifice herself. She killed. He. Oh my god, I messed up the pronoun. He killed her. She's not so stupid. Just say they were attacked by infected and you ran away. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, you should have just said that. You didn't need to say all these lies before. Like, this lie would have been enough, I think. Well, baby, not really. I fucking shot her dead. I could have just went away and kept her alive, but I didn't. I spared this to nurses, but not Marlene. No, I completely understand the choice he made and why he made it. Well, not directly with Marlene, but I guess there also can be some explanations that she still like will try to get a cure out of Ellie, so she would still like follow them. So he decided to shoot her to kind of prevent that, to not think about that. He wants to talk to her still? Finish her? Yeah, so that is his reason. Something else is gone. Okay, let's see the epilogue. But I don't understand his decision. Like some people out there, you wouldn't like you don't care personally about them. This is a person that you know and that you care about, and especially for Joel as we know him, this is really important. That the only person he has, without Ellie, he will not have a purpose to live, a reason to live. So the views are very pretty. Is he going like back to Tommy or? So yeah, his decision is completely understandable. I agree with it. Maybe I wouldn't kill as many people as he did, but I understand the reasoning. I don't know, and she isn't stupid, and the lie he told her was super obvious, I feel like. So she probably wonders what actually happened. Yeah, you could have had two daughters. again, their personalities different. Yeah, Ellie actually has a nice smile. Yeah, I guess they do have that in common, kind of. Yeah, she was very sweet. Yeah, but she died a long time ago at the age close to Ellis or similar to Ellis. So by now she would be already like a young woman. Is she gonna ask? Okay. You wanna talk about it? Ah, so she had to kill her friend. That's what she means. So she lose her mind, and I didn't, and I had to shoot her. So she feels guilty that people are dying because of her. Well, Riley didn't die because of her. She kinda got them in this mess. What? I thought she was going to ask, like, what actually. I thought she would just go for it. Like, what actually happened? She knows it's not true. And she still knows it's not true, even though he said, I swear. But I guess she thought, okay, if that's how it is, I'll prefer to believe you. So I think it might be that actually she would have preferred, she would have decided that she wants to kind of donate herself to make the cure, especially since what she prefaced it with, she was like, "I don't want people dying because of me," right? And he killed a shit ton of people because of her. That's why she prefaced it with that. But of course, he had his own motivations. He had, which I already like talked about. That I completely understand. I feel the same. She can't know for sure what happened. She can have like some speculations, ideas. She might think correctly, like she might have a theory that is actually correct, but she has no way of confirming it. And since she and Joel are so close, I guess she decided to believe him, but it doesn't mean that she still, like, doesn't doubt it. And that is it. That is the end. So I guess it's assumed that they just go back. I guess it was like to Thomas, his town. Well, it's not his town, but yeah, to that town, and to just live there and survive there as a found family, so to say. And well, there's also like his part of the family, his brother, and his new wife, and also they're also going to have a child. But and just, yeah, I guess you could say it is a good ending for these two characters. But yeah, we didn't solve anything about the apocalypse. We didn't find any reasons, any cure. It might have been like the doctor said, maybe it's because of like how she was born, right? This played a part in making her immune. That's what makes her special. But if we have to kill her, to help more people and make the vaccine. First of all, the way she phrased it made me feel like it's still gonna be limited. Like there will be limited amount of this vaccine, and only like some people will. But maybe I misunderstood. Maybe they can duplicate it endlessly, because as the Psycho in previous episode said, cordyceps is very fruitful and multiplies very well. So maybe they would have been able to make a shit ton of cure. I would just say, yeah, I don't like lies in general, but I'm also being understanding of people and why they are telling certain lies. I just think Joel was pretty stupid with his lie, because it was super unrealistic. That's what made it obvious. He didn't really think it through. He should have just said what he said in the end. Like, yeah, they were prepping you for surgery, but then raiders came and everything was in the chaos, so I had to grab you and run. Maybe he was worried she would say, okay, so there is still an opportunity for cure, we are still going to look maybe for other bases of fireflies, still continue our journey. He didn't want to do that. But I know that's kind of preventable. So I think it would be better than make her doubt him like that, because they are now the closest people to each other, and she is going to have doubts about his truthfulness. So that's not very good. But I don't really have much to say, because I was expecting something like this, so I wasn't too shocked by the turn of the events. I didn't know like how it's going to be, but yeah, I thought like how they are going to experiment on her, like what are they going to do to her, is she going to be in any danger? And yes, she was. So it wasn't like super surprising. The reason was something I wouldn't be able to predict, of course. But I know there's also a second game, and I think the only thing I know about it is maybe Ellie's a bit more grown up here. I'm not sure how much, so might be her journey. As I said, we didn't really learn much about like the reasons of not the reasons. We kind of know the reasons. They talked about it. I mean, didn't learn more about like how to stop this. We didn't really change the world to the better in any way, right? We just ensured the survival of these two individuals, and that's it. But for me, it's fine. I feel like the story is kind of finished here, and I don't feel like it really needs a continuation like that much, but in theory, if we are to change this world and kind of see some events like that, maybe they will happen in the next part, in The Last of Us 2, which obviously I also didn't play. As you know, I didn't finish the first game, but seeing some of the scenes in the movie made me excited to go through these locations in the game. So maybe I can still finish it even though I know the plot, and maybe there are some changes. I don't know how big the changes are here in these episodes, but I guess we'll see when right now I'm too preoccupied with Tears of the Kingdom, so we'll see when Last of Us gets its turn. And maybe was Last of Us 2 also made into a series? I would watch it. I really enjoyed it. This one, I think it was a great, how do they call it, when a book or a game is brought to the screen? There has to be a specific word for this, right? Well, in adaptation, probably. So I really like this as an adaptation. I think it was just beautifully done. Yes, I only played game to a certain part, so I only could compare like the first 4 episodes. But I really liked the execution. I really liked everything they did, how they transferred it to the screen, and the decisions they made, and the changes they made, how they kind of talked more about certain stuff, and kind of made some stories that were only mentioned in passing bigger story, so kind of expanded, on the game. So it was still very interesting and exciting to watch. And obviously then I didn't know the events of the next batch of episodes, so it was also like new story for me. So a different experience, of course. I wasn't comparing anymore, I was just enjoying the show, so maybe that's even better when I'm not so preoccupied with comparing. But I really enjoyed all of it. My favorite episode probably was the last one, because I feel like, yeah, maybe the game and series itself, they are like a horror, right? But I feel like only the previous episode was for me like full on horror, and even though it had some gruesome moments, I think it played more on psychological, which I really appreciate in horrors, when the gruesome elements aren't being used like, self-indulgently, like some horrors and some films do. I really don't like that. No, when there are some gruesome moments, but they are being used to drive the story and to make us feel something, to tell us something about the story. And I think that episode managed it very well. And even though it was hard to watch, I think the 8th episode is probably my favorite. It was very good. And also that sweet romance episode, I think it was like the 3rd one between these two guys. I forgot the names obviously already. Yeah, it was also one of my favorites. It was so sweet, and it was like a romance movie. It was very nice, even though it had this, this kind of bittersweet or sad, you would even say, ending. I still liked it. And of course the ending of the 8th episode was just fantastic. I really loved it. And yeah, compared to that, the ending of the whole series feels kind of understated, like muted. It just ended, and that's it, on kind of this okay. So I'm not dissing it, I'm just comparing that. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm able to say anything else right now. Kind of still feeling emotional about all of it. Heart still beating fast. And so I'm afraid I'm just going to repeat myself with my thoughts right now. Maybe I'll add something later. But please, if you have any thoughts, share them in the comments. Now, I would say without spoilers for Last of Us 2, because, yeah, I don't know much about it. And yeah, I guess thank you for watching. That would be it for today. And see ya.